So this energy activation video is opening up your potential and clarity into a deeper spirituality and a manifestation. The main intention of this video podcast was to share all of this knowledge with the collective here on YouTube, and I'm very grateful for this opportunity. So I would like to share with you our recording, and who knows, maybe there will be more calling of the soul to prepare more energy activation podcast to answer more of your questions and doubts, not only from my mentorings, but also from your inner heart soul journey. Ginu is a very special person for me. We got connection through universal consciousness with the message to create this recording for you around spiritual questions, which are brewing inside the collective consciousness, so to say, connecting dots of spirituality from all around the world and around our experience, adapted on everything what is coming through channelings and our hearts. Maybe therefore it has form of podcast or interview with me. You are always welcome to comment below video and ask anything what you need to know on your inner journey. And if you are a creator and you feel calling of the heart to cooperate, just let go that fear, contact me or anyone with whom you would like to cooperate and create some content, and we can discuss how to proceed further. I would like to also invite you to watch Ginu's channel, where he is sharing different insights from spirituality and from topics around partnership, mirroring souls, and anything what is he is guided to share from the collective consciousness. And if you feel that you would like to have a video on a certain topic, just write that topic below, and when I feel calling to create a video on that topic, it will manifest for you.
You know, on a daily basis, I would say, since from 2013 onwards, quite often I would be speaking to a lot of spiritual gurus and spiritually awakened people, right? While these gurus are good in their own ways, their own paramparas and stuff like that, I have not seen anyone who is very, very deep knowledgeable into spirituality than today's my, my guest and my friend. She is a PhD in heavy metals and its effect in human body. By profession, she is a medical doctor. She lives in Central Europe, a country called Slovakia, a landlocked country. The, the moment when I spoke to her, I immediately sensed that she's very, very, very deep into spirituality, and the knowledge she possesses is really great. Okay, so let's welcome the sweetest person I ever met, Vera Domikova. Vera, welcome to my podcast. I'm so honored. I just tried explaining a little bit about you. Why don't you just give some intro in your words to my audience, please?
Sure. Thank you for introducing me, and thank you for this opportunity to join you in this podcast. It's also my honor, and I'm grateful to Universe for this virtual meeting. And maybe to shortly to introduce myself, I began with inner work when I was 13 years old. I was always diving deeper into the meaning of life and always finding the way how to connect dots behind. So it was something like I was born awakened and I was just finding a path in nowadays society. And when
Mhm.
I ran through all of this in my mind, I have decided to study medicine because human body is the best structure and the
Mhm.
temple which we have here for our soul, which is navigating us in this lifetime. And when the body is not working properly, then nothing is working right in our life. And therefore, I have chosen also in a medicine field in surgery, in obstetrics and gynecology, to connect all dots together, to be in between the earth and heaven, in between the death
Mhm.
and in between the life, actually, because you experience everything in this field.
Okay.
And afterwards, I was guided more into my spiritual path, and I have decided just to leave my regular job in the system. And I have transformed that medical knowledge into the mentorings and into my YouTube channel, which I'm now creating with a name, um, Inner Soul Journey and Noah Psychic. And
I
what
can
is
give the
good?
descriptions in description. I can just give that
Perfect.
link.
So that's me. You can ask questions. I can continue with introduction more and more. It's
Sure,
just
sure. It's
flowing.
it's it's quite interesting, your story, and that too at a very young age, without any help of uh, any gurus or guidance. You possess a lot of very very in-depth knowledge about spirituality. So, could you just elaborate on what made you go into this deep spirituality at the very very young age? What is the starting, and what is the thought process behind it?
Actually, Uh, I was born somehow with the open consciousness. I used to get a lot of messages through dreams and lucid dreaming and astral travel.
Mhm.
And I was thinking that it's supposed to work like this for regular people. So it was just normal for
Normal.
me.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And then I have realized that when that I can very fast manifest in real life, that I can
Mhm.
manifest my dreams into a physical reality. It sometimes takes time, but when
Mhm.
I can see my dreams with that certain thing which I would like to get into the physical reality, then it is on the way. So it is
Mhm.
not just on the paper, it is not just some kind of wish in a box, it's just
Mhm.
coming into my life. And sometimes it took maybe few years to get that manifestation,
Mhm.
but I have realized that I have something like skill to help people fulfill their dreams and to help them to ground their dreams into the physical reality. And with this, I was attracting more and more people who were on the path of their heart, actually, who were also
Mhm.
searching how to create something meaningful in their life, which makes sense for them. So more people who were on the path of awakening. What was
So, are you?
interesting that
Go ahead. Go
continue.
ahead, please. Mhm.
What is very strange is that when I wanted to enter to some teaching on of some guru or of some spiritual teacher, that teachers never accepted me. It was like, okay, you are
Mhm.
not ready for these teachings. You are not ready to come into this group.
Mhm.
Your auric field is not aligned how it's supposed to
With their
be.
vibrations.
And
Mhm.
then I understood that it is some kind of protection of my path to keep it
Mhm.
authentic. That I was not allowed to enter to any official teaching of the guru. And when I entered to some teachings, already when I was prepared to
Mhm.
to bring that new knowledge in
Mhm.
from the quantic field and from the quantum realm into that teaching and to transform it.
I will come to the quantum field a little later. So you were saying, like, you had lucid dream, wherein you have a kind of ability where that dream you can make into a kind of reality, correct?
Yes.
From material reality. So are you also saying that you will help others achieving those reality also?
Yes, definitely. This is about my YouTube channel where I'm helping people to activate their inner potential and inner heart soul journey,
Mhm.
to open that space inside them. So it's not possible to open this like you take a key and open some door. It's not like
Got it.
that. It's a really invisible realm where we are
Mm.
working, and then it is about the inner search of that soul, of that person, and I can see the potential of that people and of that soul, and therefore I can navigate them to their mission, soul mission, and
Mhm.
life purpose in this lifetime. And sometimes it is about it that they can see clearly which next step to take, and that's enough. Because when you have inside your heart that certainty that I'm taking a correct path now and I'm just enjoying it and it is bringing me joy and happiness, that's enough in this lifetime. Because actually,
Mhm.
when we look from the quantum field, there is no time, right? It is just soul having that human
Yeah.
experience,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Interesting. So I remember you once have told me that you are into some kind of a visionary meditative process, right? Could you
Yes.
just give some idea where what exactly is this visionary meditation and how you learned it and how you teach this to your community, please?
Actually, visionary meditation is something where I have connected lucid dreaming and the astral travels and everything what is happening in is invisible realms.
Hmm.
And I have connected it with the physical life. So it is not like we are just dreaming and hoping and wishing and maybe one
Yeah.
day it will come true, but we can see clearly how the life of the people around me is changing. So I call
Hmm.
it visionary meditation because we go into that quantum field through breathing, very calm breathing, or it depends from the intention how I feel like I'm supposed to guide that meditation.
Hmm.
And according to the group, we have vision of the group. It's usually the intention with which the group has that meeting. It can
Hmm.
be this meeting personal or it can be online, no problem. And then each member of that group has also certain vision, and both of these visions connect. And
Hmm.
then, according to that, I open the quantum field and get the messages and visions from the source, and I can guide that people through that meditation. As usually, I can see clearly like a movie, and I'm just describing it like you are walking on the path, and you can see now that you are on a crossroad. You can choose to the right or to the left. On the right is just sea and freedom, on the left is something unknown. What would you like to choose? And we continue like this, and new realms are opening through that breathing.
I
Because
see what is.
so breathing is connected these two realms together with the body,
Hmm.
also that visionary field and quantum field. And afterwards, when we finish that meditation, we have usually some discussion about the processes which people have experienced during that meditation. And then
Hmm.
when we finish our visionary group, everyone goes back home and the
Hmm.
integration happens. So I'm always there for this integration part when people need help. And it is really going into the physical realm. So we open up a new door through
Hmm.
quantum field, which is now open also in the physical reality. So if you would not join that group of visionaries, then you will not just get to that doors. It's that simple. So when you left the group, it's new reality. That's it.
Okay, so I want to come to the quantum field little later. Okay, so you said you're just making you yourself or an entire group connecting to a source, right? Can you just little bit be specific on what exactly happens there in while channeling that stream of whatever you call it into the source? Are you connecting with the universal consciousness or uh, what exactly is happening? This is for a common audience to know the basics who are not into spirituality.
Sure. I'm connected to universal consciousness to make it simple because we can go deeper into the spirituality and it could be challenging for people who are not
Mhm.
on that deep path yet,
Mhm,
and
mhm,
are entering to these doors of spiritual invisible realm, right?
mhm.
And I opened a channel. I'm just a channel through which the energy is flowing, and I'm just a messenger. So I got that
Gotcha.
information for people, and I just share that messages with them, which they need to hear if they are
Mhm,
prepared. Of course, when I get something like these people are not ready for this message, I just keep it to myself. Or when I
mhm,
feel like asking them if they would like to get certain message which can be uncomfortable, I ask them, because
mhm.
some in that human reality you need that permission of that soul if they are ready to get certain
Exactly,
information.
exactly.
So
And
I
the whole
provide that.
and you know, I even heard that from my guru who are into Indian traditions like Shiva Yoga and or who makes magical things in terms of healing and stuff like that. Even I heard from them saying, like, you know, I'm just being an instrument, you know, I'm just channeling the universal energy through me to them for the healing. Anyway, so coming back, so I see initial part of your spiritual awakening period or whatever you call it, you might have experienced some kind of a maybe a weird experience or starting of your spiritual awakening, right? Some kind of an experience where it doesn't make any sense to the normal human beings. So did you had those kind of an experience when at the starting of your spiritual awakening?
Actually, I got many messages through dreams. That's the one part. But in a medical field, maybe I can share one experience, which is very
Sure,
interesting. Is
sure.
as I was obstetrics and gynecology doctor, always when I had the intention to wake up before the birth of a child of the soul to this realm, I
Mhm,
always had a dream that the woman is having that birth. And when I woke up, it was just like 20 minutes before the child was born, or
mhm,
it happened before in the dream, and afterwards the physical reality followed. So it was like very helpful
mhm.
for me, because
Yeah.
some doctors were like, oh no, we have to wake up, and I was already prepared because I already experienced everything what will happen in that dream, and
Mhm.
afterwards
So
I just
it is like a soul yet to be released, and he or she is just waking you up and informing you that, hey, I'm coming, right? And just
absolutely. Yeah,
yeah.
it's something that I call it that I'm standing in between the earth and the heaven, that I can guide the unborn souls to the
Mhm,
physical reality. Also,
mhm,
when souls asked me in the delivery room that they don't want to stay in that body, that the delivery was very complicated and that they want to
mhm.
leave, then the body would die, right? But when you
Yeah.
open that question to the soul realm, that you can call another soul if that other
Okay.
soul lives. So there are many possibilities how you can help in this physical realm with this skill.
Okay. Okay. But do you have any uh, recollections about your past life, or if you have, do you felt that, do you have any kind of a connections with India and our Hindu way of living or something like that?
Well, the thing is that when I'm traveling, because I love traveling, I feel in each country some kind of deja vu that I was there and I have never been there in this lifetime, right?
Hmm.
So from that point, I have realized that I am old soul who had a many past life experiences, and always when I visit a certain place through that dream state or dreams, I got information about the past lives, or
Hmm.
sometimes I get the souls who are helping me to remember some
Hmm.
past life where we met each other together, and afterwards we shared that experience. So maybe something from the ancient Egypt, India, and older society civilizations which were here
Hmm.
on Earth before.
Okay.
So it works like this, and then I can even recognize certain souls from which civilization they are coming, because we know that we are now on the age where we are transferring from, or it is already happening, from the age
Mm,
of Pisces to the age of Aquarius. So
mm.
all hidden knowledge and everything what is was hidden in this earth is coming to the
Coming
surface.
back. We call
Yes,
it as Satyuga is coming back, you know.
ex-
There is different
exactly.
cycles.
It's
Yeah.
amazing that you can call it with your words
Yeah. It's
from
adding up.
your
Yeah.
tradition. I just get the messages from energy, so I was
Mhm.
not guided to read Bhagavad Gita or some kind of special books. It was just not my path, so I'm just not
Yeah.
forcing it. I get
Even
just
I'm
messages.
not even I'm not much of a reading person, you know. Reading won't go
Usually,
into
I
my.
read a lot. That's
Mhm.
something for me very typical, because I can read in between the lines in the form of energy. So when the book
Mhm.
is written by heart and the
Mhm.
creator loved the creation, I can
Mhm.
feel it. And then it is opening another space inside me. If the book is just written by head, no way, I cannot read it.
Okay. Okay. So, what is your take on tantric partners?
Tantric partners. I can see that deep tantra can happen only with one person with whom you have a truthful connection through heart and not through lower chakras. So the
Mhm.
thing is that until you find this person, you go your own way. But what is happening inside my life, it's just not working by creating a different partnerships. Even when I'm guided to go to some tantric event just to
Mhm.
transform that teaching or to bring that new energy of innovation from universal consciousness, I always keep loyal to one partner who I get there from the universe. And when that partner refuses, I have to really turn around that reality and create a new connection with another partner. But I
Mhm.
stay loyal just to one partner. It's just not feel very good for me to mix up that energies.
So, do you think always these tantric partners are connected in an earthly plane? Always there are according to me there are most of the cases are karmic partners wherein you burn your karma with some kind of partners and then move into your final tantric partners or whatever you call it, right? So, do you agree with that, or do you have a different take on that?
Actually, Tantra is a very grounded practice. So, as for me, uh, to go to the Tantric teaching is the best way is to go with your partner,
Mhm.
or after marriage, or when you feel that you would like to explore that path.
Mhm.
But as relationships are complicated nowadays,
Mhm.
many times it happens that older souls are guided to the Tantra just to experience and heal some parts to be able
Exactly, I was talking
meet
about that.
that
Yeah.
to meet that soul connection with that person, and only that soul connection and heart connection, which can be grounded into physical reality, is real. Everything else
Mhm.
is just illusion. It is just a platform which opens up for you to heal something until you are
Mhm.
ready enough to meet your partner in a physical reality, who is aligned with your heart, mind, body, and soul. And then
Okay.
you can begin that truthful tantric path and journey.
Partner after the
And
growth.
yes, it's usually like that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what exactly I was just trying to say. Okay, so connecting that to I heard you were saying about Jesus and Maria Magdalene, right? So and
Yes.
I read that somewhere that they are tantric partners. So is that, do you have those kind of beliefs, or what's your take on that? If you can say
Actually,
something about it.
actually, these were tantric partners, but it was not allowed with the society to
Hmm.
for a guru to have a woman in that time.
Hmm.
So when the Jesus entered to that teaching part of the life to share the knowledge with the world, it was hidden, right? But there is a lot of books maybe also hidden in this earth, which are written in that way, how a tantric connection which Jesus and Mary Magdalene had is working, and how
Hmm.
naturally the body of tantric partners can heal on its own. Actually, when we would have here just tantric partners, the consciousness
Hmm.
of the earth will be rising,
Hmm.
and what will happen is that we will not need any physical medicine, right? Because
Yes,
our
yes,
body is just energy. So
that's natural. Yeah,
when you are healing just energy and just on a quantum level, quantic molecules, then you don't need that physical experience like a scalpel and surgery, right? Maybe therefore I want you to experience everything just
hmm.
to just to know how it works.
Interesting. Yeah, so that ends to my next question. So you almost answered it. So self healing with a partner. So I think you have answered it to some extent. Do you want to add something more to it? Self healing with a partner.
Actually, it's amazing how this works because we don't have only physical body, we have also energetic
Energy,
bodies.
right?
And when you are aligned with your truthful partner, you are healing that energetical bodies, and then you don't need that experience that some illness or some disease comes into a
Exactly.
physical body. So it really happens, this healing, in the universal consciousness where you are always connected with that partner. So even if you would die now in a physical body, you will get to that person, uh,
Yes,
to
yes,
that
I know
soul.
that. Hmm.
So it's really a gift, to meet that person in physical reality and to be able to experience this healing in a
Hmm.
physical body. And that's the tantra and tantra teaching which Jesus and Maria Magdalene was experiencing. She was also initiate of the ancient traditions of tantric healings, and
Hmm.
therefore she could help Jesus even on a long distance, because when
Hmm.
we are looking on the universal consciousness, we are not based in a certain country or in a
Right,
certain
right.
place on the
You know
earth. So
what? Yeah.
that's it.
You know what? I made a video about this, but unfortunately, it's in my native language, Malayalam. It details about how karmic partners comes in, and once after you burn your karma, how is your twin flame comes in. You know, your mirror partner comes in. All these things. It's been only about a week or something. I just made it. Anyway, it's good that it is all adding up. You know,
It would
it's
be
so amazing.
amazing if you can translate it.
Yeah,
AI, artificial intelligence, is helping us a lot, creators, to get our
sure,
knowledge and messages to the open audience
sure,
around the world. So maybe
sure,
consider it.
sure, sure. I'll do something to at least have a subtitle on Slovakian kind of a language so that expand the audience. Okay, so coming to our main core area, what is quantum field consciousness, Vera? To a common man
Okay.
who doesn't know anything.
Quantum field consciousness to the common
Mhm.
man is just energy. It's invisible
Energy.
realm. It's
Mhm.
just energy, and molecules, atoms, protons, neutrinos, everything what you can find in quantum physics. So
Mhm.
to get a little bit more connected with this invisible realm, the best teaching is to study quantum physics. There
Quantum
you
physics.
can
Okay.
understand how the energy works, how the interaction of the atoms works, and actually this is the place where innovation is coming. This
Mm.
is where you can create anything, where you can get that enlightening moment, that
Mhm.
idea, and then you can bring it into physical reality. Therefore, I spend
Well,
a lot of time with people from quantum physics or on the different presentations around it.
mhm. Connection between microcosm and macrocosm. So it's a I think it deals with the study of that also, right? So we, in our words, in our native language, we call it as andam and pindandam. So it's like, you know, microcosm and macrocosm. Anyway,
Yeah, that makes
that's
sense. Yes, you said it properly. Also, I
mhm.
don't know if it is the correct word for the beginner, but still, microcosm and microcosm can be more
Yeah, yeah.
understandable.
It's a vast ocean, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just touch basing, the basics of
Mm-hmm.
all these things like this. So coming back, how do you materialize something from a quantum field to a material field, to a physical level field?
Sure, you know that the highest game which we play in this lifetime is the game of energy. It means that everything has energy, even the fruit has energy, as certain
Sound.
things which you have has energy, sound has energy, everything has energy and
Mhm,
vibration. So when you have certain intention is something what is changing that energy and is directing your life to get that manifestation into the physical reality. And here you have to
mhm,
follow your heart. You cannot use the head here. So it is like just an inner feeling which brings you
mhm,
a joy and you just follow it. So
mhm,
sometimes it is that you will go to the forest, collect mushrooms, and
mhm,
then that enlightening idea comes to you, and you know that the next step to do is, for example, to make a podcast with Ginu. It's like that. And
mhm,
then
mhm,
here you create something else because we're playing still that game of energy, and new doors opens up for you and for me or for other people.
mhm.
And with this, we still have that vision of the group, which
Okay.
I have in my visionary group. But
Mhm,
each member is working on that vision in
mhm,
their own natural way with the life and soul purpose. So,
mhm,
yes, members of my visionary group are not creating videos yet, but they are
mhm.
doing
Okay.
different things to ground that energy. So
Mhm,
that's the way how you ground it. You just live that life from the
mhm,
heart, and you do the things where you are guided by your heart, and you just
mhm.
follow that joy. You're just enjoying life. Your life is just pure happiness because
Exactly.
nothing else is there, right? When you
Exactly.
are
Exactly.
aligned with your soul.
Right. Vera, I remember you have told me once that there is a gene key for the human design, right? It's a tool for the new earth, new era of earth, or something like that, you were saying. How do you identify it and understand that design? Can you just, if you can, throw some light about like what exactly you mean by that? How do you alter? Is that altering the gene, or what exactly is the human design for new earth?
Actually, human design is a certain design which your soul has and which your soul wanted to experience here on the earth plane. It's like when you are playing a video game, you have there that um, main character and you elaborate what you would like to experience, how your character looks like, which
Mm,
skills that characters is
mhm,
having, which magic or something like that can create.
mhm,
And human design is based
mhm,
on the astrology and on the date of birth and time of birth. So it can be described that it is on some level connected to the Hindu tradition of astrology, could be. But what is
Vedic
interesting is
astrology.
that at the end you get a map of
Mhm,
your human design where are certain numbers, certain patterns, and when you know how to read it, then
mhm.
you know what is your mission in this lifetime. I am
Gotcha.
not trained in human design, so
Mhm.
this is just the
I see
basic
what you're saying. Yeah, yeah.
information for people maybe to research more into
Mm,
this
mm,
topic. Uvania Archive or any other organization who has this mission to teach people around this topic. And what is another part is a gene keys. So human
mm,
design is what you're supposed to, what is your mission, and gene keys is how you're supposed to get there. So,
Alternative.
for
Yeah.
example, you have there different paths how to experience your city or your highest potential, or how to get to it. And when it is
Mhm.
not developed yet, what is blocking it? So you can get there. For example, in my lifetime, it is to be humble and to live the purity in my life.
Mhm.
And in some others' life, it can be something different. So it truly depends from the gene keys of the
Mhm.
certain person. And then you can also combine that maps in a partnership, and you can find out how that partners can help each other. So
Mhm.
it's very interesting teaching, and there are also people trained in human design and gene keys, how to connect them together. You can also
Mhm.
research for your followers some YouTube videos where it is explained properly, and
Mhm.
dive deeper into this topic. As
Sure.
I am not allowed to teach about it, I'm just
I
here a
understand.
messenger to bring this innovation
I
to
understand.
this world.
I understand. I understand. Anyway, at least you have clearly given some idea about what exactly it is. That is all I require. We cannot do the entire thing. We need a separate podcast for that. It's a vast subject. Coming back, uh, I also remember that you see your own planet while meditation, right? I think I remember once you've told me that. Which is this planet, and how you are connected to that planet?
Actually, very sensitive souls, if they truly understand what
Mhm.
is this project called Earth about,
Mhm.
can get back home. It's like ET is calling home. It's like that
Gotcha.
feeling. And you can see that planet, or you can meet a people around you who tells you something about your planet, and you are just shocked, or you are like, oh yeah, I have seen it in my dream, that makes sense.
Mhm.
And the regular people around you will be like, you are crazy, what you are talking here about?
You
Like,
can
it is
connect the dots between different
exactly,
synchronities. Yeah.
it is your inner soul journey, and there is
Mm.
no one else. Everyone acts as an actor around you. It is your inner world which is played around you. So therefore, many times it is said that the world is just huge theater. So therefore, it
She's
makes
out of world or something. Yeah.
exactly. So it makes no sense to be angry if someone is
Mhm.
acting in a bad manners or something like that. You just go inside you and search what this experience is supposed to teach you, or what
Mhm.
unprocessed emotion or something is inside you that this is happening to, right?
Mhm.
And then you are growing as a soul when you go inside you and you are not accusing other people of something. And in my planet, it's really like when I don't know how that fairy tale is called. It's like you have a fluffy bears who are opening their hearts and healing the world. So it's something like
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
And there is a pure love, and it is very high vibrational planet. So for me, it is very difficult to be integrated here on the Earth plane and in this planet. Maybe
Mhm.
therefore I had so many lifetimes here, just
Mhm.
to get more grounded from that higher realms of believing that everything is just good and beautiful and fluffy,
Mhm.
that there is also that duality. In that planet is no duality, there is just energy of pure unconditional love.
Mhm. Okay. Uh, I have a couple of spontaneous questions. While you were answering, I was just suddenly switched in there and came back. Uh, what's your idea about black holes and parallel universe? Do you think there is a parallel universe?
Sure, there are parallel realities, parallel universes, parallel galaxies. Everything
Mhm.
is just a playing platform for the soul to
Mhm.
experience its full potential. So therefore,
Mhm.
you can turn around the reality, and there are also organizations on the earth who are very advanced in playing with switching the different realities in CERN in Switzerland. So there are many hidden things in Earth, which when this will come to the surface, we will understand that everything what we were taught in the school is actually not truthful, right?
Let me stop you there. Let me stop you there. You said there is CERN in Switzerland, right?
Right. Yes.
Exactly right in front of that, there is a Nataraja idol. It's a Shiva's Lord Shiva's dancing idol. Have you heard about that?
I was in CERN. I
It-
know it.
okay, so you've seen this Nataraja, this one, right? So there is a lot. So we could connect exactly what you said is like the connection between the parallel universe. We call it as Chidambara Rahasya. Maybe
Mm.
my next native language podcast would be on that. So I'll be
Native
talking about
language. You can
yeah.
translate it into
I
English
will do that.
to
I
grow
will try to do
together,
that.
right?
Yes, yes, definitely. I will do that. Okay. So what we are thinking here, Vera, is just touching down on basic aspects and have a introduction about yourself and stuff like that for today. Okay, and maybe we'll have in future little bit deep into different subjects and whatever our audience wanted and stuff like that. Maybe we'll specialize into something in near future. Okay, so
Absolutely.
before I close, do you have something to say to the internet and to my audience?
Actually, we are in a huge transformative time, and maybe you have heard this from many people who are awakened. There are two parallel realities, and you can see that some people are angry on what is happening in this world, and some people are just joyful, happy, and experiencing paradise on the earth. So if you are following your heart, you can experience that paradise here and now, and you don't need to wait until you die. It's that a huge transformation which is coming from a universal consciousness to the earth plane nowadays, with that transfer from the era of Pisces to the era of Aquarius. So follow your dreams. When you are following your dreams and your heart, you are meeting more and more people who are also aligned with their heart, and with this you are creating the reality and that paradise for yourself. And sometimes it is really challenging at the beginning to see what is truly yours and what is from the previous generation and from all your ancient family members. But if you are feeling joyful and happy, that's the path which to take. Even if people around you are telling you that you are crazy, it's still okay, because when you step up onto the journey to follow your dreams, then new reality is opening up for you. And maybe your family members will never understand you. It's fully okay, because there is no one else, just you having your unique experience as a soul in a human body.
Yes,
So
yes.
search
You
inside you when there are some doubts. That's it.
sure. You came alone, and you will go back alone. All you
Exactly.
have is experience and expand your consciousness. With that said, I bow down to you for what you are,
Thank you.
and uh, I'm so honored and I'm so thankful for your time today. And we'll meet in future for maybe multiple podcasts. Thank you very
Th-
much. Yeah,
Thank you, Ginu, and I'm looking forward to share your video also for my audience to cooperate
sure,
together, or to open a new cooperation and new realities for both of us, to
sure,
connect our knowledge from your culture to my culture, and let's see where universal consciousness guides us.
sure, sure. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you.